Hello, welcome to Good Morning Matty. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. My name is Matty. You are watching Good Morning World Talk Tuesday, and today we are talking about leadership. It is March. So come on in, make yourself comfortable, get in your seat, find yourself a place to sit down and join me. So let me just fix this right here. There we go. Let me know if you can hear me and let me know where you are watching this from today. Some of you might be watching this from all parts of the world, and I know it is not the usual thing. All right. So today I'm talking about becoming a leader and really finding out if you are a leader. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this area of leadership is because a lot of people question themselves when they are, when they come on camera and when they're coming online or when they become invisible as, am I a leader? Are you a leader? Have you ever asked that to yourself? If you have asked that question, let me know in the comments. Now, this stream is going to help you specifically if you're struggling, specifically when you are trying to become visible online, and when you are trying to talk about your idea and your brand, whether it's pushing your creative content or talking about your business. So this is really crucial, and it's going to help you to get more clarity and really get yourself to that next step, right? Okay, so I can see some people watching from Houston. Houston, how you doing? How are you doing? Let's see my Houston people. What's up, Ile Ade? So I can see you have questions already. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing. I'm excited, and I'm going to be answering all of your questions. So why don't you just come in the comments and just drop down your questions in here, and I will answer your question as I go along. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matili Sikiminsende. I am your host for today, and on my channel and on Real Talk Tuesday, what I do is I work with shy female leaders and those are introverted and overthinkers to really build their authenticity so they can speak with confidence and stand out from the crowd. Now, this is really important. This is really vital for the people that I work with because they have so many things to talk about and so much to share, but sometimes it's so difficult and so awkward to share it in the right way. So today, what you're going to learn is how to be confident, how to find visibility, and how to change your mindset so that you can bring that message that you have to the rest of the world. Because guess what? When you're on camera, you're a leader, whether you like it or not. Okay? That's the truth. That is the truth. All right, so I can see you have some questions for me. Let me know what the questions are in the chat. And I'm going to go in the chat in a second and check what you have to say today. So first, I want to ask you, what are your takes for this week? It is March. And something that I love to do is when it's the beginning of any new month, I always ask people, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're trying to achieve in March? What are your intentions? What things are you proud of? What things are you looking forward to achieve? Let me know what they are. Let me know what they are in the comment. I would love to know. All right, awesome. So let's begin. Finding your area of genius. That's what we're talking about today. Everything to do with leaderships. So some things that I'm going to talk about in this theme of leaders, this whole month is going to be on leadership because for those of you who don't know, and this month is a lot of focus on Women's Day, an International Women's Month, International Women's Week. And there is an aspect of leadership that sometimes women have, but are not naturally always aware that they have, or they don't certainly own the fact that they have that area of leadership. And during this month, I'm going to be bringing guests. I'm going to be having long week events where I'm going to be bringing different types of women or different types of leaders in their area who are going to be sharing about what they believe to be the right way to build leadership in women, but also this can also apply in men as well. If you are an introverted man or an introverted leader, male, and you need to know how to hone your leadership skills, this is the area. All right. How you doing, Patush? Thank you for watching. Welcome. So one of the things I realized that there are areas where a lot of people, a reason why they don't want to become leaders. Now, leadership has so many different types of characteristics. I'm only going to talk about 3 or 4 today. And there's various types of leadership. But the 2 reasons why most people don't want to be leaders is because, 1, they want to shy away from the responsibility, and 2, they don't believe in being ahead, being in front. And shying away and not believing in yourself is simply because of the fact that, you don't feel like you have the right credentials, the qualities. I don't know about you, but whenever I think of leaders, I think of my father. Like, my father was the leader. My father worked in government for a long time. He worked he was an ex-military, ex-forces, ex-secret forces, you name it. This guy, they named him the commando of Congo, because this dude, if he said something, you just had to listen. Like, he commanded a certain form of authority. And to a lot of people, leadership has different types of connotation. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. So I don't know about you, but I would love to know when you think of leadership, what kind of feeling comes to you? Like, what kind of connotations, or what kind of vision comes to you? What do you think of? Who do you think of? Do you think of, a dictator, or do you think of someone that's able to encourage you to be that person that you want to be? How does leadership, come to you in your mind? What does it look like? So I can see you have some questions here for me, and I can't wait to answer them. I've got a question from Ile Ade here. So I'm going to be answering your question, Ile Ade. So bear with me. I'm going to be answering your question very, very soon. So, as I said, the biggest reason that we struggle is because we are afraid. We are afraid of what it could be. So I want to give you a story, as I always do, because I know you love stories and stories are important for you. When I was younger, I never actually wanted to put myself in a position of leadership. I actually didn't consider myself to be any type of leader, any kind of leader whatsoever, because, I kind of, only way I considered to be a leader was my father. My father was a scary person, like a great charismatic person, but also kind of a scary person at times. And I really didn't want to have that association of that kind of feeling of leadership. Yeah. So for a very long time, I just kind of didn't want anything to do with it. But when I was at school, funny enough, I think I was about 14, 15. And I remember being back at school. I was chosen, not because I wanted to, but I was chosen to become the newsletter editor of the school newsletter, or the newspaper. Not because I actually wanted to. I didn't put my hand up for it, but actually people were like, yeah, Mattie's going to do it. And it was a question of the whole classroom just decided and picked me because whether they thought I would do most of the work or whether they just thought she was the best person to do it, it just came down to me. I remember they picked straws. They chose me at first, and I said no. So they picked straws, and it still ended on me. And my English teacher said to me, "Well, it kind of feels and it kind of seems like you've been chosen to do this. And if you've been chosen to be a leader, by the forces that may be, you kind of have to be willing to take your responsibility in hand." Okay. So that's one incident of how I kind of got chosen to lead. The second incident was, I remember my mom used to go to a very Pentecostal evangelical church. So I came from that background. And I remember one time, the first time we went to this church, and this pastor said to me, I actually fainted at church, and the pastor said, they were praying for me, and when I woke up, and he said to me, he was telling my mom, he was like giving her a word of prophecy, or like foretelling my future, and I was just like, oh, this is a whole lot of rubbish. But he said to my mom, your daughter's going to become a leader. And I was listening to this and I was thinking, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And he kept saying all these things about me. And do you know what the funny thing is? A lot of these things were true. I was just in denial. I was in some serious denial that I didn't feel like I was adequate enough. I didn't feel like I could do this. I didn't feel like I was the right person for this. And therefore, I just kept pretending. Yeah. And this is basically a feeling that a lot of people feel when they are trying to find that area of genius, okay? Trying to find that area of leadership, all right? So I want to find out from you, as I asked you before, what feeling comes to mind when you think about leaders? What's the first word that comes to mind? What's the feeling? What's the thought? All right, let's have a look in here. This is Ile Ade, who says, moving forward on things. Okay, I've been working on moving to the next step of phase of social media presence. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you. So that's a question on social media. Pitush says, someone with power and someone that is supportive. That is a really good one, Pitush. I like that. I really do like that. Someone in power and someone that is supportive. Yes. And this user says, leadership equals service. You're damn right. Leadership definitely equals service. And I'm going to talk about this leadership equals service. A lot of people won't even agree with the fact that leadership equals service. But yes, you're so right. Leadership absolutely equals service. You can't be a leader without serving other people. That is so 100% true. 100% true. I cannot disagree with you on that. Yes, Garvey Lumumba says, a leader helps to solve problem. Absolutely. A leader is an entrepreneur. A leader can be a teacher. A leader can be a doctor. A leader, some of the best leaders are found at homes. We learn from our leaders. We watch our leaders and we learn through them, which is why video is a powerful tool. Because when you are on video, guess what? You are a leader. You are sharing your message in a way that people can be transformed. You can transform their lives. You can do all sorts of things. So yes, you are a leader. Now, I mentioned that some of the best leaders are found in the homes. One of my first leaders, apart from my father, was my second best, encourager was my mother. Moms, I salute you. You guys, are some of the best leaders, but you've got to own your skills. You've got to own your experience. Now, moms learn, budgeting skills, management skills, delegation skills. Your mom ever gave you chores to do and things to do and taught you how to save money? Let me know up in here if you agree with me. Moms have done that. Moms are one of the best leaders ever. They show you right from wrongs. They delegate to you. They teach you different things that you would never thought. You would never thought. Like some of the skills that your mom have taught you are things that you won't learn at school. And, I always believe that, education is more important than schooling. School is great. School is fantastic, but education, starts is the number one, is where it really, really starts. Education brings you to that next level. Because you can do life without school, but you can never do life without education. And education starts at home. So when you have the right leadership, when you have the right people leading you, whether it's your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, your father, your cousins, people that are close to you, you can be guaranteed that everything that you have learned from that foundation is going to come with you all the way to wherever you are going in life. So anything else that you're going to be learning all throughout life is just going to be a confirmation from what you've already learned from the home. So big up to all the moms out there. Big up. Big up, moms. Big up, big up, big up. And big up to the fathers as well, because we need you as well. And you have another influential role. But trust me, moms are amazing. So I see here. So this is Ile Ade, I believe. Let me have a look. She says, all the people I know in leadership see themselves as servants of the people. I love that. All the people I know in leadership see themselves as servant of the people. Isn't that amazing? Like being a servant of the people. Most people think that leadership, leadership is about dictating, it's about telling people what to do, it's about being the boss, it's about being aggressive. I'm sorry, man. Best leadership, if you think that's the only type of leadership, it is the wrong way to think. There is so many types of leadership. And unfortunately, in the last couple of years, we've seen terrible examples of leadership in politics and on TV, which is the truth. We've seen terrible examples of leadership. But guess what? When you are on video, when you are sharing your message, you have the power to have and dictate a completely new and different narrative. And I want to empower you to do that, because you have to learn to inspire other people to either buy into your business or buy into your ideas, buy into your creative ideas or your creative endeavor in whatever idea that you want to share with your world, the message that you want to share. You have to empower and inspire people. It is not enough telling people, hey, come and watch my channel, come and watch my thing. You've got to inspire them to do that. No one is going to watch and no one is going to come and see you until you give them a reason, an emotional reason, a tangible reason. You've got to inspire them. And that is by finding your area of genius, that area that makes you a leader. Let's see here. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me see what we got here. So we've got Edwina says from Breakout the Boss, I so agree with you. Mom life skills taught me very valuable stuff. Trust me. Mom for lives, mom for life. And I'm not a mom, but trust me, I've learned from teaching my younger brothers and sisters, being becoming a mentor, becoming a mom, without actually having children. And I don't even believe that you need to have children to become a mom-like figure. You just need to have the right kind of values and the right kind of, direction that you can pinpoint people in a way that works for them. So I've got Iliade says, true. We thank you very much. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Breakout the Box says dads as well. Dads are valuable too, with skills given to children and the home too. So let me give you some characteristics. See, I'm going on my thing again. Some characteristics that can help you to understand about leadership. Because I know some people might say, we're born leaders. Some people are born leaders. Some have the natural skill. Some understand, how this skill actually works naturally. And others are trained leaders. Others are people that learned and wanted to serve. So one of the characteristics that you need to have to become a leader and or a better leader, if you want to lead in your industry, is you need to have a vision. Okay, so this weekend I had my masterclass. So if you don't know, I have a community, a free community called The Authentic Voice on Facebook. And I also have a community called the A Team, where I help those people who want to actually take action in moving their business or their creative endeavors forward. And it is a paid membership, and you can join that if you want. I will definitely leave you the link in below, or if you are interested, make sure you said, Matty, I am interested, and I will send you the link. And in this weekly monthly membership and masterclass, I teach my students and members how to find, how to become authentic on video, how to become better speakers, how to build that confidence to own themselves. And one area we talked about was vision. Vision. Now, vision is something that if you don't have vision, in anything or anything that you plan to do, it's not going to happen. Vision is the only thing that's going to allow you to stand, to stay in the game for long. Okay, so if you are planning to grow a YouTube channel, or if you're planning to become an expert or a genius leader or whatever, a teacher in your industry, you've got to have a vision. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a plan. You've got to see the big picture, and you have to learn to share that big picture with other people, because that picture is going to direct you. So if you agree with me, say vision. Vision in the comments. Say vision, Matty. Yes, vision. You need to have vision. And we had to go deep because some of us don't want to have vision, because our visions are amazing, but they look so big that it's almost unachievable. And even for having a big vision, in order to work and make this vision come to pass, you have to work backward. I never understood this before, because I'm a big vision person. I'm a natural leader. I've had that. I've just been in denial for so long. However, I've had to learn to work backward. Now, what does working backward means? Now, it means that when you have a big vision, which most of us have, but we either deny ourselves of it, we shy away from it, we feel like we're imposters, we feel like we're inadequate, we decide that we can't do it. We disqualify ourselves before we get to the end. The best way to achieve your vision is to break it down little by little. It's like eating an elephant. You cannot eat an elephant all at once. You eat an elephant one chunk at a time. Are you with me? Yes? Say yes if you're with me. So you eat an elephant one chunk at a time, just like you would develop your vision. No one decides, I'm going to be Steve Jobs and have a big Apple empire all in one day. When giving you the example of Steve Jobs, when Steve Jobs was just founding Apple, he didn't think that he was going to become a huge empire like he is today. Did he have any idea that he was going to do video phones, iPods, and iPad? That didn't even exist like 20 years ago. All he had in mind was better computers, which were fancy, which delivered a great quality, which were easy on the eye, which were perfection, but for students, and had added a different type of lifestyle. That was his vision at the time. He wanted to be big, but he never saw himself in 2021 creating iPads, iPods, iTouch, iPhone 12, iPhone Pro, whatever, and the next generation. He never saw that. So your vision is going to grow. Your vision is going to expand all the time. And you need to have that vision, because that vision is going to be the reason why you do what you do. It's going to be the driving force. The vision, what comes from the vision, what you need to achieve from the vision, that is what's going to drive you forth and forth. You've got to have that vision. And the more you work on that vision, as I said, it's going to grow you. It's going to make you into the type of leader that you were created to be. Okay? So I would love to find out what your vision is, and your vision for your work, your vision for your life, your vision for where you want to be. If you're feeling brave enough, share it in the comments. I would love to know what that vision is. Go ahead, leave it in the comment right there so I can see it. Share that vision with me. Okay? So that is one characteristic of leaders and leadership. The next characteristic of leaders is courage. Now, some of us say, guess what, Maddie? I don't know about courage. I don't have any courage. I'm a scaredy cat. Big time. I'm a chicken. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a chicken. I'm not a scaredy cat. I mean, when I was a kid, I would say that, but I'm definitely not a scaredy cat anymore. But I recognize that we feel that way. We label ourselves that way. And courage is not the absence of fear. Yeah? Write this down. Courage is the presence of it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of it. It's doing things even when you're afraid. It's doing things even when it makes you feel uncomfortable. Yeah? That is what courage is. It's doing the things, or willing to do the things that no one else is going to do. Willing to do what it takes for you to bring your vision to fruition. That is what courage is. Now, not a lot of us have courage, and when you don't have courage for yourself, you better have courage. You better find courage for someone else so that you make this vision happen. Yeah? So yes, if you agree with me. Courage is not the absence of fear. Write it down in the comments. Courage is not the absence of fear. So we need courage. The third thing that we need is we need to be humble. Yeah. And I go back to what Eli Adi said, leadership is servanthood. It's to be able to serve. We need to be humble. The best leaders are humble. Actually, they don't choose to be leaders. Leadership chooses them. It's like destiny almost like chooses them and say, hey, guess what? You're going to be a leader. You're going to be a manager. You are going to be directing these people into wherever they want to go. You are going to take them into another dimension. That's your job. That is what you are supposed to do. That is what you're meant to do. And being humble, serving people means being willing to listen. For you to deliver better service, for you to create the right type of videos and the right type of workshop for your audience, for people to watch, you've got to listen. You've got to ask questions. You've got to find out, hey, what is it that you're struggling with? You've got to ask people. You've got to really get connected with what it is that people are needing. What is the most important thing right now that your audience needs to see, that your audience needs to connect to? You need to be able to listen. The worst leaders are those that do not listen, because they go against their people or their audience's will. And guess what? That type of leadership ends up very quickly in tyranny. It ends up being put down. it ends up being taken down very, very quickly. If it's not now, at some point down the line, it doesn't last. And the legacy that that type of leadership leaves is a tarnished legacy. You've got to start thinking, how do I want people to remember me? If I was to become that specific leader that I've always wanted to be, if I wanted to leave my mark on this world, how would I want people to remember me? What type of things would I want people to do? I found that today that there was a loss in my family. Someone actually passed away. And I started thinking, as I always think, what is it that I would like people to remember me? As this person died, I found that today was the same age as me, literally in their 40s. And all I can think about is, what would I love to leave on this planet? What kind of mark would I like to leave on this planet if that was me? If it was my turn today and I was to leave this planet Earth this day, what kind of impact would I want to leave? What would I want people to remember me as? You've got to remember and start thinking about these things. And that's why it's important to choose the right type of message, to choose the right type of vision that works for you. It is not about, I know a lot of people say, when they're deciding to show up online, on video, on social media, and they say to me, Matty, I need to do what's popular and what's famous and what's trending. And I want to say to you that actually you shouldn't do what's popular and what's famous and what's trending. You should do what works for you. You should do the thing that if no one was to ask you to do anything, you would do it because it makes you happy. You would do it because it brings you life. See, I can show up here with no one watching and show up and just inspire people to be themselves, inspire people to feel authentic and to be confident, because I've done it for a lot of years without making any money at all and without knowing how to. And I was still, even though I was struggling, I was just like, it doesn't matter. I still want to do this. This is for me. You see, this is the stuff that years down the line, it will have an impact. When you leave this earth, people will remember that. But if you choose to do the thing that's popular like everyone else, you are not choosing your own road. You are not choosing your own style of leadership. You are not choosing the road that was made for you. And that is an important fact that you need to start choosing. You have to make that decision for yourself. So yes, have a servant mindset. Be willing to listen to your audience, understand them. You can't solve a problem without understanding them. You feel me? Yeah? Okay, so let's have a look at what you got for me here. Yes, so this one is from Ile Ade. And Ile Ade says, my vision is having a business based on authentic African textiles made in African, creating a reconnection for African American, yeah, I said it right, to African culture and traditions, sharing the similarities in both. I love that, Ile Ade. I absolutely love that. Courage is not the absence of fear. You are so right. So let me know in the comment, what have you so far learned so far from this very session on leadership? Write it down in the comment. I want to hear it from you. Petush says, yes, listening, this is important. Absolutely. The final characteristic I want to give you today about leadership is being willing to be a student before you can lead. Be willing to be a student. Be willing to learn. Okay. The best leaders are leaders who are willing to learn. They are willing to go where their audience are going. They are willing to sit where their audience is sitting. They are willing to put themselves in their audience's shoes first for them to deliver a better type of service, a better delivery. You cannot lead anyone if you have zero experience. And most of us, trust me, the whole world has experience, and it's very much determined by the amount of years you've been on this planet. Even if you say to me, Matty, I've never had a job in my life, I've never done anything, and I'm 18 years old, I'm 16 years old, I have nothing. It's a lie. I've worked in careers, industries for 20 years, and I know that is an absolute lie. Everybody has experience, okay? You are qualified by the number of experience that you have lived on this earth. You hear me? So, one thing I want you guys to remember, I want you to remember those 4 characteristics I've just said today, because there are such important characteristics about leadership and understanding if you are a leader and how to be a better leader. Because as I said before, some people are born leaders. They have those natural abilities and those natural skills. They just need to practice in order to become a better leader and in order to find the style of leadership. The other group are people that have a big vision and they have a huge skill to share with the world, but they don't really know if they can lead. Okay? They don't really know if they can lead. So I would love to know what category do you fall under? Do you fall under the natural leader who's still, learning to hone their skills out and is, embracing it? Or are you that other type of leader who kind of knows you have a vision, you have a purpose, but you're still trying to figure out, you don't know, you don't have the skills, you don't know, so are you category A or category B? Category A, already have it. Category B, still learning and still training to learn to have a better type of leadership. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to know. We all need to drink some water. So let's have another look. So today I'm only going to share those 4 characteristics because there's so many types of characteristics about leadership. There's so many types of leadership things that we can talk about today. But today I just want to bring you a little introduction to what we're going to be talking about this month. This month is going to be a month where I really want to help you to understand your area of genius. Okay. Now, if you know what your area of genius is, put it in the comments. It might be, I'm good with children. I'm good at teaching. I'm good at speaking. I'm good with women. I am good with maths. I'm good with science. I'm good with textile. Put it down. Put down your area of genius, because that is your area of leadership. That's the area where you're going to lead people in. I have a good friend of mine who shows up here, who is part of the group and watches my channel a lot. Jackie Brown from African Fashion Guide. I always talk about her, actually. Look at that. And she is one passionate girl all about African fashion. And you guys have to follow and check her out. She is, she's really passionate about educating people about ethical fashion. She's passionate about the whole continent. And the way she delivers is her own style. She doesn't try to be anything else. She really chooses how she wants to stand out. She doesn't want to be the cool kid in the fashiony, the trendy kind of fashion area. She works on the things that she deems important. Okay. So let me see in the comments, what would you say is your area of genius? Let me know in the comment. And if you don't have an area of genius, then say, I'm still figuring it out, Matty. What is my area of genius? I still don't know, Matty. I'm still figuring it out. It doesn't matter. If you don't know it, it's another day. It's a great way to start to know how to it's a great way to start to know what it is. There's no dumb or simple questions. Every question counts, and every question is going to allow you to find yourself. So let me know in the comments whether you know or whether you don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I love this. I love this. B. I love this. I love this. So Ili Adi says B. I am in category B. Daddy says, all of what you're saying today are pearls given to me by my elders. Absolutely. I've always been told that I'm an old, wise person. I've been like this since I was 6 years old. I'm an old, wise person. Old, very old and wise. So let me know in the comments, what area of genius do you feel that you have, and what area would you like to improve, or would you like to work on? Would you like to learn how to develop? This Facebook user says, I'm good with healthy lifestyle and elders. Absolutely. That is definitely something that you might have to share. You will have to share with your audience. You have to share it with people that you believe need to hear this. You definitely do need to share this. Yes, I'm definitely that child. I am definitely that child. I'm definitely that child. Okay. So I want to kind of finish and today from this specific point, but I want you to tell me what you've gained from this specific session today. What have you gained and what have you learned from understanding more about your type of leadership style, and what kind of things you need to do in order to improve your area of leadership, in terms of how you deliver on your message in your videos. What would you say? What current area would you need to improve? Or what is it that you've learned from the characteristic that I've talked about? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Perfect. So I'm going to come back to your question. I think it's a question from Ili Adi that shared with me today. If you have any questions for me, feel free to put it down in the comment, and I'm going to answer that. So the question that I have was from Ili Adi, and hello, Mountain of Inspiration. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see what the question was. Let me see the question. So the question was from, I think it was from Ili Adi, and the question was, moving forward on things I have been working on, moving to next phase of social media presence. So yes, Ili Adi, I would love to know what your question is. So could you rephrase that question so I can answer it, or could you put it down so I can see it a little bit clearer? Right. Okay. So Ili Adi says, I need to work on bringing my style to this platform, bringing my animation forward. I agree with you. You need to learn to work your style forward. But the thing is, I actually see that you are actually bringing your personal touch already, which is really amazing, Ili Adi, which is something that's, that's unique to you. Only you can do that. Only you can do what you're currently doing right now. No one else can do this. You have to remember that. There's no one else that can be duplicated. People, there can be so many different people out here doing the exact same thing that you're doing, but only you have this specific or this unique story that you are bringing. Okay? So in closing, I want to give you a challenge. I have a challenge that we are all doing in my mastermind, in my membership, and I would love to give this challenge to all of you to join me on this challenge. And this challenge is the 1 minute video challenge. Okay? It's so simple. It is the 1 minute video challenge. It's to encourage you to show up on video, especially if you're a shy leader or an introverted person. And this is what you need to do. You need to show up for 1 minute on video, and you need to share your expertise, who you are, on a week-to-week basis. At one point during this month, we will have a whole week of 1 minute videos, and I would encourage you to join me. Now, in order to join the challenge, you would need to hashtag me, hashtag 1 minute challenge. Okay, a 1 minute video challenge, and I will leave the hashtag either in the description or in the comments. So if you're interested in doing a 1 minute challenge, say interested in the comments so I know who you are, or DM me or leave me a comment on Facebook in this challenge. Now, doing this challenge would be a great way for me to see how well you're doing. I will share it in my group, give you feedback, give you input, but it's also going to be great for you to start watching yourself, seeing how you come across, and giving yourself that encouragement and seeing what you can do differently. Now, a lot of people don't want to do videos, and I know that they have all sorts of reasons why they don't do videos, but doing a 1 minute challenge means you have zero reason not to do this. Zero reason. Why? Because all you have to do is to do it for 1 minute, and you only have to do it once a week, and then you have to hashtag, and then you have to share it. The more you do your 1 minute challenge, it's going to help you to become more confident, to find your authentic voice and your authentic message, the type of leadership and delivery and genius in which you want to deliver your message. And it's also going to help you to grow your audience and attract the right people to you, which is what you want to do, right? Plus, there's another benefit. Even when you have 0 people, I've been saying this for weeks now, and I've proven it for sure. Even when you have a 0 audience or a tiny little audience, there are secret people or secret watchers watching you all the time. There are people who are watching your videos right now. It says on my current live that there's only 6 people watching, but there might be people watching right now on the replay. There might be people watching who haven't engaged with the content before. There might be people that be watching tomorrow. So you have to bear in mind that even though there is no one watching at this very minute, or you might be feeling that you're talking to yourself, there are people that are going to be watching at all times, at any stage. And those people could be fans, your audience, your members, your students, or your clients. They could be purchasing from you. They could be talking about you to someone else. They could be asking you to become an expert on their podcast and come and share your expertise in your area of genius and leadership. And you don't want to miss that. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. So I am challenging you today to get into this 1 minute challenge. It's only 1 minute. If you do not have a theme, and if you can't think of what to talk about, and if you're part of my group, you can check in the group. I will post different themes on different days or different days of the week on what types of things you can post this week. And you can use those specific theme to start posting in your video challenge. Now, if you're doing this on YouTube, tag me. Yeah, even better. the best, guess what? The best video challenges and the most improvement, I will either promote you on my YouTube channel, talk about you on my social media, and I have a lot of people that follow me, share your amazing expertise on my newsletter, and even I might even give you an opportunity to come and sit down with me on a one-to-one and help you to pinpoint and fine tune your message, totally free of charge. So what you have to do is join me on this 1 minute challenge. So I can see people say interested. Yes, in the comments says interested. Now the way for you to do this is to make sure that you need to join the Facebook group. My Facebook group is called The Authentic Voice. If you want to join in The Authentic Voice, says yes, Matty, I would love to join The Authentic Voice. I may leave a link on YouTube, or I may put the link in any of the other spaces, or I might just DM you and send you something, but you can definitely get in touch with me for that. So I can see, hello, Golda. Golda says, interested. Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, if you tell me you're interested, I'm going to hold you accountable to this. I'm going to be on your case, okay? Just know that I will be on your case. Yes? So get ready for the 1 minute challenge. We're going to have a month of 1 minute challenge. A week, every week you'll have to post one video for 1 minute. And there'll be 1 week during the month of March where you have to post a video every day of the week. That's the 1 minute challenge. It's tiny, but guess what? If you can do 1 minute, you can do 5, you can do 6. So I can see Mountain of Inspiration says, this is an awesome challenge. Thank you very much, my friend. Would you like to join in? Say yes. Tag us. The great thing about doing the 1 minute challenge collectively is that if you do the 1 minute challenge with me, other people will be watching your videos. Other people will be able to come and give you feedback. You'll receive views from traffic from myself, from other people. And this is a great way. This is really a great way for you to grow in, growing your audience, growing your client base, anything. Trust me, this is a really, 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 really great way. I can see. Okay. Haha, I can see you guys are saying interested. Believe me, if you're saying interested now, I'm going to hold you accountable. My members and my students will tell you, I whip their ass. I'm like, kick your butt, guys. I'll kick your butt. In a nice way, in the nicest way. But only because I care. Trust me, only because I care. I only do it because I care. I wouldn't kick your butt and get you to all do all these things because I don't care. So trust me, I will. So I have another person here says, I am open to the accountability. Wonderful. Yes, break out the box says 1 minute challenge, elbow bump. Yes, there you go. 1 minute challenge. We are doing this 1 minute challenge. Let's do this. Let's do this. And again, break out the boxes. Great group, authentic voices. Yes. So we are going to finish here. But what I want you to take home from today is that there are various types of leadership, and you've got to start choosing to walk in your area of genius. You've got to choose the vision. You've got to be brave, because courage is not the absence of fear. You've got to walk in it. And the only way for you to inspire other people to start watching your videos, to work with you, to come and join you in your audience is by inspiring them. And you've got to do that bit. Okay? All right, my lovelies. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Bring another friend along next week. Tell them to come and watch this if this has been added value to you, to what you've learned today. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and come back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. where we are continuing on the theme of leadership, and we're going to talk about the different type of styles of leaders and what's going to work for you. Okay? All right, my lovelies. I hope you have a great and wonderful week. I will see you in the comments and in the next video. See you very, very, very soon. All right.